In March of 1997, police officers arrived at a large mansion in Rancho Santa Fe, California. At first glance the house appeared quiet and ordinary. But when officers stepped inside, they discovered a scene that would shock the world. 39 people were lying in beds and on the floor throughout the house. Every one of them was dead. They were dressed almost identically in black clothing. Many of them wore brand new black Nike sneakers. Purple cloths had been carefully placed over their faces. Beside many of the bodies were small bags packed with personal belongings, as if the people inside the house had been preparing for a journey. But these people were not travelers. They were members of a group known as Heaven's Gate. And they believed they were about to leave Earth forever. The group had been led by a man named Marshall Applewhite. Applewhite was not always the leader of a cult. Earlier in his life he had been a music teacher and choir director. But in the early 1970s, Applewhite began developing unusual beliefs about the universe and humanity's place in it. He became convinced that extraterrestrial beings were guiding the evolution of the human race. According to Applewhite, Earth was only a temporary stage of existence. Human bodies, he claimed, were merely containers. The real self was the soul, and that soul could ascend to a higher level of existence among advanced alien civilizations. Applewhite eventually gathered a group of followers who believed his teachings. They called themselves students. And Applewhite became their teacher. Over time, the group developed extremely strict rules for daily life. Members were expected to abandon their previous identities. Many cut ties with family members and friends. Personal possessions were given up. Clothing was kept simple and uniform. Everything in their lives became focused on preparing for what they called the next level. According to Applewhite, Earth was approaching a moment of transformation. Human civilization, he warned, would soon be wiped away. But a spacecraft would arrive to rescue those who were ready. Then, in 1997, a bright comet known as Hale-Bopp appeared in the night sky. To most people it was simply an astronomical event. But to Applewhite and his followers, the comet was something far more important. Applewhite told his followers that a hidden alien spacecraft was traveling behind the comet. And the ship had come to collect them. But there was one requirement. In order to board the spacecraft, they would have to leave their human bodies behind. To the outside world, what happened next would be called suicide. But to members of Heaven's Gate, it was something completely different. They believed they were graduating to a higher form of life. During the final days of March 1997, the group prepared for their departure. They recorded farewell videos explaining that they were excited to leave Earth and begin their new existence. One by one, small groups consumed a mixture of barbiturates and alcohol. After each group died, the remaining members carefully arranged their bodies. Purple cloths were placed over their faces. Then the next group repeated the process. Finally, the last remaining members carried out the plan themselves. When authorities eventually entered the house, all 39 members of Heaven's Gate were dead. They had willingly followed their leader in search of a spacecraft that never existed. Even today, the story of Heaven's Gate remains one of the strangest and most disturbing cult tragedies in modern history. It raises a haunting question that investigators and psychologists still struggle to answer. How could so many intelligent people come to believe something so completely? Experts say the answer often lies in the power of isolation, manipulation, and trust. When a charismatic leader slowly reshapes reality for their followers, belief can become stronger than doubt. And sometimes, belief can become strong enough to lead people to the edge of life itself.